Hey, Aries, Mel, Intuitive Soul Coach here. Excited to bring to you your January 2025 career and money reading. Welcome back if you're returning, and welcome if you're new. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right. Aries, welcome. I do see here in the past energies, you've been going through a major transformation. For some of you, there's been some massive endings or changes that have occurred here for you. Bottom of the deck, what you don't see coming, you have the rings. The rings talks about financial commitments, long-term investments, possible partnerships or working together, group projects, collaborations, or a sense of feeling fulfilled in what it is that you are not just good at, but what you can make money doing as well. Now, in the past position, you actually have the moon and the coffin that came out side by side. The moon wanted to fly off the table. So for some of you, you are being guided, but you're being asked to trust the process. Trust in the unknown. Take a leap of faith here. So I feel like it's been a little bit challenging at times for you to build momentum or to feel like the momentum is moving. But I actually see you really stepping into some beautiful things come 2025, especially planting those seeds in the beginning of the year. So January is going to be a pivotal month for you using your mind. I'm getting expansiveness, and that could also be that Aquarian energy. And we're shifting out of your node, Aries North node, Libra South node on January 28th. And we're moving into the intuitive watery sign of Pisces in the North node, Virgo in the South. So there's a lot of changes when it comes to how we feel about things. And I am seeing some cups playing out here for you. So your emotions are playing into some big financial decisions and moves that you'll be making in 2025. So it looks like there's been some unknown sources that have been guiding you. And there's the moon. Okay, there's that moon energy showing up twice. So you're definitely in your feels. And that moon is also Pisces energy. So you are disconnecting at this time from things that they don't feel like they're your calling, right? Emotionally, it doesn't feel like it's part of your alignment. So you're disconnecting from the things that you don't feel are right for you. And I feel like you're heading towards what does. And that may require you to really reinvent the wheel in a sense. It may require you to even step outside of your comfort zone. Bottom of the deck, you have the 8 of Cups. This may mean needing to leave something or someone behind in order to grow. So let's dive in here, Aries. The moon and the coffin. Some of you, there may have been some bad investments. Perhaps you dug yourself in a hole. Maybe there's some financial debt, or perhaps this has to do with scarcity or poverty conscious mindset, maybe a lack of mentality. But I do feel whatever financial challenges that you've gone through, you've learned some very valuable lessons. There could have even been a job that's ended. This is your past position here. So perhaps you had spent some time reflecting or in reflection. There may have even been a bereavement or a loss of, a family member, or just some sort of ending that you had gone through on a personal or even professional level. But I feel like you've transformed within that energy. And this is saying you're being guided here by unknown sources. But your energy in the month of January is the Face card. This is all about your money skills, investing. You may even be connecting to a financial investor or a business investor. Perhaps that's part of your face, your public image. Some of you are in the public spotlight here. This can be your reputation. It can be fame. It can be exposure. So I feel like there's a mask. It feels like maybe someone has wore a mask, or maybe someone was in self-denial here. but I feel like a risk or a leap of faith is required in order for you to step into that abundant energy here, which I see showing up for you. You do have abundance coming in. So if you feel like you've been holding yourself back, or perhaps you felt small or even intimidated at times, I just see you getting seen and getting recognized, and you're going to have some opportunities to hone in or expand your skills or even put your talents to use. And I feel like this is scary, but it's exciting at the same time, because this is an adventurous energy, and it is a fool energy as well, about taking risks and really believing in your potential, because that fool energy is taking a leap of faith. It is about a new beginning. Now, in the near future, so this could be a couple of months out, you have the crown and you have the cup. So I see here you really overcoming those obstacles. Some of you may have been going through a bit of a power trip or a power play with maybe a boss or even yourself, maybe stepping into your own crown here. Maybe self-worth was an issue, or you just weren't quite sure how to take charge or how to become a boss in some way. This is about progress. So progress, not perfection, is what I'm being told. Progress, not perfection. Now you have the cup card, and we talk about the cups because I do see a few cups showing up, and I haven't even peeked at all of the energies. Wow. Yeah, you do have a lot of cups in your reading here. And it says here, overflowing prosperity. For those of you who felt like your cup was dry, like bone dry, for others of you, it felt like there was a hole in the bottom of your cup. I feel like you are building it back up. It's like what you're doing over the next, few weeks is you're patching up that hole. You're really taking a look at your commitments and what fulfills you. This is about taking care of business and really moving forward towards the prosperity that you deserve. So I like that the cup is showing up here with the crown. So any obstacles financially or career-wise, there are some big moves being made as well, because it's the king and queen in the game of chess that are able to move in any direction. So I feel like there is some big moves being made by you, Aries, and I see that it's going to change and pivot your finances in a very big, abundant way, especially with your outcome energy. Now, again, bottom of the deck, there could be something that you are linking with. Okay, there's an energy of unlinking, and then I see it linking either back together, or you're disengaging or disconnecting from someone or something in order to come together in a new light or in a new, environment here. So some of you are leaving an old job and you are linking up with a new company. For others of you, if this is your business, I feel like there's some old ideas that perhaps you're letting go of, but you're branching off and linking up with a new, more refreshed idea or perspective. So this is beautiful. So let's dive into the tarot. Your overall energy is the Three of Pentacles, represented by the mouse. It says here, collaboration, following your dreams. And this is also the energy of research. So a lot of you Aries are stepping into more of that, again, a mental energy, even though this is a pentacle. The pentacles are the realm of, possessions and material gains, finances. So I feel like mentally you're preparing yourself for your dreams. You're collaborating, but you're also using your heart to make choices, but then you're using that brilliant mind of yours to execute the plans, to execute your dreams. So you could be in research mode. Perhaps you're researching out new ways to expand on your business. You may be researching ideas, to grow, to evolve, to invest in yourself in order to make more money. You could also be looking at new places of employment. So I feel like you are getting to the details, right? Getting to the minute details of your finances and getting everything in order, because I feel this Three of Pentacles, this mouse, it feels like you're tending to the smaller things at this time, because all of those small things are adding up to be, a very big thing in the grand scheme of things. So what's crossing your energy here is the Five of Cups. So there's been some sort of loss. Okay, there's been some sort of loss here, or disappointment, perhaps even rejection or betrayal, maybe even a bit of regret, but it's showing up here as you're crossing energy. So I'm going to read it as if it's in the reverse, which is actually one of those cards that when it's in the reverse, it's better, because this is about better times ahead. This is about hidden solutions. Yes, you've gone through loss, absolutely, but this is the light at the end of the tunnel. When the Five of Cups shows up here in reverse, it's past pain receding and hope emerging. So that means that whatever loss you have gone through, which I see some sort of loss with the coffin could be an ending. It could be, a job has ended here for you, or there's been financial challenges, investments that have gone wrong, lawsuits. I just feel like firing, and I heard firing and rehiring. So maybe someone got fired but then rehired, or perhaps someone was demoted in some way. I mean, that would be awful. But I see that better times are ahead here, and that's why you are really being guided to put on that crown of yours, because you're going to see that you truly have the abilities, the skills, and the talent to move forward in your abundant life. What's below you? What's below you, Aries? Okay, I'm getting I think it's a name, or it could be a place or a street. Ashland maybe, or maybe Ash is someone's name or nickname, like short for Ashley. But I heard Ash and land, so Ashland. Okay, take that as it resonates, please. But you have the Seven of Cups below you. This is the beaver energy. So for some of you, this is dreams, wishes, it's determination, really having a lot of ideas, but it's also mixed in with some deception. So perhaps the Seven of Cups was a bit of scattered energy. Perhaps the ego was driving some sort of judgment. Perhaps it was clouding the judgment here. There may have even been an illusion. And I feel like a lot of distractions here could have come into play, but it feels like you got back on track, or you're definitely about to, because you've gone through this energy before. And the beaver is always working on building their stability, right? Building their home. So I feel like you have this drive, Aries. You have this determination for life. You have this hunger is what I'm getting. So even though you may go through different periods where there's a little bit of a lull, or it feels like there's a bit of stagnancy, you're going to come back to that place of renewal. You're going to come back to that place of dreams. And even if it sometimes feels a bit scattered, I feel like that scattered energy is really an opportunity for you to step outside of a comfort zone, for you to maybe make a new choice when it comes to how you make money, or step into your beliefs around finances. And it really does give you, a wider scope of what's going on. And it may feel scattered while you expand upon that energy, but ultimately it's going to help you narrow it down. So it's kind of a catch-22 there. It feels crazy and out of control, but then it also gives you that freedom to pick and choose what you want. So what's going on in the recent past? We have the Four of Cups. Okay, so look at that frog. I always chuckle when I see the frog, because look at his eyes. You can just see how he feels. He's like, oh boy, bah humbug. This can be the card of apathy, contemplation. He feels a little bit bored. He feels like he's been sitting on that darn lily pad for the last 4 months, and he probably is hungry and should go jump into the water and look for some dinner. But, he's comfortable on his lily pad there. So sometimes that Four of Cups can be stagnation. Sometimes it can be frustration, or even, impatience even. But I see that there are new opportunities here, and that's what you are jumping into with the frog energy. Some new opportunities after coming out of a period where things may have been a little bit slow or just routine, because the Four of Cups is a turning point. The Four of Cups is saying, all right, I've been stuck in the past, or I've been stuck in my emotions or feelings, or it just feels like things have been blah, or they haven't been moving as quickly as I would have liked. But there is something you're definitely jumping into here, because what's coming in above you, you actually have the Page of Cups. So here's some more cups. So I do see a lot of inspirational, intuitive ideas coming in to bring about that Three of Pentacles that we've seen at the very beginning. So it's not all just cups here. I actually see some really good ideas that are building momentum in order for you to make some money. Now, the Page of Cups is an artist. You know, he is someone who has surprising intuitive insights. This can be messages as well. So vulnerability is a must. You know, I remember being in the Everglades. I love Florida. I love the Everglades. But it requires this level of vulnerability as you're walking. I would do these like swamp tours where I would walk into these swamps, and you never know what's lurking, right? So it does require you to maybe, yes, of course, be a bit cautious, but to allow yourself to be vulnerable and open up to that experience and not let the fears of, you know, getting eaten by an alligator overwhelm you, but also use that sense of caution as well. So I feel like there's some beautiful insights coming in, but it may require you to, you know, step into the unknown or the uncertainty here. Trust your intuition. Trust that the intuitive downloads and insights that you are receiving, you're meant to do something with. Okay, you're meant to do something with. Now, this also talks about coming up for air. So if you have all of these ideas, if you are, you know, expressing yourself in ways that feel good, you're starting to feel back on track, then you come up for air and you ground yourself in that Three of Pentacles, and you say, all right, I have this idea. What's the next steps? How can I pool these resources to make this happen? How can I collaborate some of these, you know, intuitive hits and build upon or expand upon a business idea or, you know, a creative endeavor? And if this is in your business, if you're not being if you are being vulnerable and you are putting yourself out there, but you're still not receiving that feedback, I feel like you're going to look elsewhere because you're not wanting to be where you're not appreciated. That's what that cup card is reminding you. If you're not feeling fulfilled, if you're not feeling appreciated and seen, because remember, you have the face card showing up here. You have the face card, which is about being seen. And so if you're not allowing your skills and talents to be exposed, then what are you doing? Right? And it is going to require that level of vulnerability. And I always love Brene Brown's talks about vulnerability. She is a genius when it comes to that topic. For those of you that struggle with that energy, look into the works of Brene Brown. Now, what do we have for you in the near future? We have the Queen of Cups. So the jellyfish here is full of psychic visionary, full of compassion and radiance. Now, if you've ever swam with a jellyfish, right, I feel like there's this electrifying energy, almost like an eel, right? That just kind of, is it an eel? Yeah, electric eel that kind of magnetizes out. But I'm kind of getting that same vibe. Now, of course, jellyfish can sting, but I feel like this is more of that gentle, more of that compassion. I feel like they're also very, very intelligent. These jellyfish are very much intuitive. And so when this shows up for you, I feel like you're someone who's very connected, who's very much, doing what you love to make a difference in the world, to help be of service in some way. Now, some of you could even be healers, you could be tarot readers, you could be nurses or in a caring profession. I feel like this is also you taking those creative ideas and intuitive downloads and you turning it into something that you could profit from, okay? Even if it's not a spiritually based business or a healing business, I feel like we all bring that spiritual touch to whatever it is that we do. So whatever that is for you, you could be in real estate, you could be in accounting, you could be in finance, and you could have a gift here of, communicating with others, of reaching people on a deeper level. I also just heard like insurance, and some of you may be researchers, like data analysis or like research investigators of some sort. I don't know what you're investigating, but perhaps you're being called to investigate something more deeply. So Queen of Cups is beautiful energy to have, because what are you doing? You're filling your cup, and whatever areas that are causing that hole in the cup, you're addressing, because that's what the Queen does. She addresses why her account is empty or why her cup is empty, and how to keep it full, how to keep it, flowing, because it's never standing. She doesn't want the standing water in her cup, because then it's going to get stale, it's going to get bad. She wants to constantly be, serving others, right? Serving what's in her cup to others, but she wants to have that reciprocity, that flow coming back in. So I feel like there is an even exchange that you are building up here at this time. How are you feeling? How are you doing? What's in your energy? We have the moon again. So you're still going through some of this past evolution, this past transformation here. Now, the moon is showing up because you're seeing through some shadows. The moon is psychic power as well. So paying attention to your dreams, paying attention to your intuitive hits and your downloads. There is a lot of spiritual awareness and intuition showing up here in your reading today. I mean, a lot. Aries, I haven't seen this much water in your reading for a long time. And I do see you being able to break through some sort of illusion. Remember what I said with the Seven of Cups? Sometimes that Seven of Cups can be scattered energy. It can be illusions. You are opening up to exploring with that Page of Cups, right? Walking through the swamps of the Everglades. And I feel like you're trusting that you will be led. You're trusting that you have a good guide. As I did, I had a great guide walking into the Everglades, knee deep, or actually thigh deep in some spots. But trusting that, he knows what he's doing. So whether your guide, is your higher self, it's your spirit guides, your angels, your ancestors, or even people that are helping you physically on your career journey and path, maybe a business coach or a financial leader, I feel like you are breaking through those illusions, and your psychic powers are really enhanced at this time. You may even have a complete shift in your career. You may be saying, I don't want to be in this job that I've been in for 20 years, right? I don't want to do this anymore. And I feel like there is a lot of breakthroughs coming in the first quarter of 2025, where there's going to be a lot of changes happening for everyone, especially for those of you who do not feel seen, who do not feel valued, and do not feel heard, okay? And even by your own self. It's causing you to really go within and reflect and say, why am I feeling these feels, right? What's really going on here? Am I being triggered? Do I have some beliefs that are stemming up for me to look at and really feel and work with so I can release? So whatever is going on with you right now, trust it. And if you're not sure what to do with that energy, if you're like, Mel, I have all these things, but I just don't know what to do with them, then seek a mentor, seek a guide, a coach, or someone who can help you break down that energy. All right, what's going on in your environment? You have the Two of Cups. This is that linking energy. Remember, we have the ring, and it's actually right next to your environment. You have the Two of Cups, which is about partnerships. This is about mutual attraction. This is the energy of sacred union. It's an important partnership. So some of you, you're unlinking from a partnership if it drains you, if it is no longer servicing you, or, if you just feel like you're not being valued. You could be that frog, getting out of the comfort zone, saying, okay, this has been comfortable, but I'm bored as heck. I am ready to jump into a new opportunity. You're unlinking, and you are, linking up with something that feels more exciting, more adventurous, and more intuitive. So there's definitely some sort of union or contract, maybe even a business contract or a financial contract that you are preparing to jump into, is what I'm getting. Not jumping into impulsively. Okay, I feel like you're jumping into it intuitively, but also trusting that your heart's going to make a choice that it needs to make, and then the brain, the mind, is going to help you execute it. Now, what's going on in your hopes and fears? You have the Wheel of Fortune. When you have the Wheel of Fortune show up in your hopes and fears, you are hoping for a new life cycle, and potentially one that is very fortuitous, one that is very abundant, one that is the honeybee versus the stinger bee, right? The wasp. You'd much rather have that sweet honeybee than the wasp. And I feel like for some of you, you've gone through some stings. And didn't we say sting early on? Yeah, with the jellyfish. It almost feels like you've gone through a little bit of karma, a little bit of a karmic event, or an opportunity or lesson that was placed upon your path in the past to help you grow, to help you evolve. And all karma is consequences, right? Consequences that, that help us grow and help us learn, and to not repeat them, right? We don't have to repeat something we've already learned if we don't want to. But if a lesson hasn't been integrated, then we may go back for more subconsciously, right? Or even consciously. But I feel like the bee showing up as your fear is, I don't want to go back and keep doing the same thing over and over. I don't want to, fear the changes that are coming in. I want life to renew itself. I want there to be a turning point. I want luck to grace my presence and my energy, because we create our own luck. So I feel like there is a shift here around a new cycle coming in, and you're taking this Wheel of Fortune and you're saying, all right, what do I need to do? What do I need to do to embrace the change? Because it's time. And I feel like there is a big turning point. There is a cycle of life renewing, especially after the coffin has closed. So you could be closing that coffin to an ending, to something of the past, and getting ready for, a new opportunity that really aligns with you spiritually and intuitively and emotionally. Now, your outcome, Aries, is the Empress. She's the most abundant energy. She's represented by the cow. And the cows, they have multiple resources. They have so many different ways that they bring in abundance. And the Empress is creativity. She is fertility. She is the mother of all queens wrapped up in one. And you have that crown card and you have the cup card. So I definitely feel like you are embracing your creative side. You are stepping into a whole new cycle of abundance and fertility, because this Empress is about, multiplying what she's wanting to grow. And that's what she does, is she can cause things to multiply because she's fruitful, she's abundant, and she wants to be of service. She helps everyone else, but she knows that it's very important to take care of herself. Otherwise, that cup is going to run dry. Otherwise, she's not going to have those resources available for everyone else to benefit from. So she has to make sure she's taking care of herself, right? She's eating good, and she's sleeping, and she's staying hydrated, and she's doing her creative things as well. So that flow that we talked about earlier, that flow of reciprocity, keeps that abundance in check, right? Keeps it flowing through, because this is like the spiritual well, right, of abundance that we always have access to. That well never runs dry. However, if we're not taking care of ourselves, and if we drop into that lower vibrational frequency, we start to tell ourselves that that well is dry, right? And we start to look for other wells, and we start to, come up with some new ways to tap into that well again. And I see that that's what you're doing, is you're saying, wait a second, if something has run dry, I know that there's more where that came from. I just may have to tap in elsewhere. And that's what you're doing here. So, wow. Aries, this is beautiful. I feel like you're so much, so much into this cup energy of your feelings, your desires, your heart, your emotions. And this could be, months, because the cups is months as well. So I feel like it's going to be the first few months of 2025 where you're really inviting in this energy, and this energy is going to lead you directly to collaborations, resources, partnerships that are going to take you all the way with that Empress energy as your outcome. So beautiful. Let's get a message here from the Wisdom of the Oracle. What do we have here for Aries? Wisdom of the Oracle. All that glitters. All that glitters. Card 16. Which is the Tower in tarot. So I feel like there's a rebuilding up of something that may not have worked out. You may have been chasing after maybe something sparkly, but then when you got to it, you're like, yeah, this isn't the sparkle that I thought it was. So again, tapping into maybe a new source. A need to see beyond the superficial. The desire to don a mask or dress something up. Wait a second, we have the mask. We have the face. So perhaps there's a desire to don a mask or dress something up to disguise its true nature. That's where authenticity steps in here. That's where vulnerability comes in here for you. Trying to be something you're not, or chasing after every sparkly new thing. This could be Mercurial energy. And when it comes to finances, it says sometimes an opportunity looks so good that it glitters like gold, and you just can't resist it, especially when it appears others are doing so well and have hit the mother lode. There's the mother lode, the Empress energy. And I have a feeling this is part of the lessons that you had learned, because it feels like while wearing some sort of a mask, okay, whether this is you, whether it's somebody you were dealing with, that caused there to be a lot of uncertainty, a lot of endings, a lot of confusion. It feels like that mother lode that you thought you were going to hit over here, it just ran dry. That well ran dry. And what it says here is, during the American gold rush, everyone hurried west to find their fortune, and then deserted entire towns after the mining depleted the gold veins in the earth. Literally, this is the well that I just was tuning into. It says, so too can you deplete yourself as you chase after the latest shiny thing that has caught your eye. There is a mercurial quality to your present circumstances. Pay no attention to those who chase after fool's gold. Resist the temptations to be jealous of others. What they have achieved may not be the true success you seek, so don't compare yourself to them. You only see the surface right now, only the sparkle. Be assured that you will experience your own shining moment if you stick to what you know. All that glitters may not be gold. So some of you, this is a reminder to walk away from something that, if it's masked or donned in some sort of glitter and sparkle, it could be that there's something rotten underneath it, and pursuing it will only bring about a difficult situation that you'll be sorry for. And I feel like that's the lesson that you've learned. Some of you have already done that. You're like, oh, this looks like a great job or a great opportunity. Now, some of you were divinely guided and you were redirected. What that means is you've dodged a bullet. Sometimes the Tower means that you've dodged a bullet. So if you have recently been denied or rejected from a job offer, from an opportunity, or for something that you really thought you wanted. It was sparkly, it was shiny. You're like, this is it. That's the new opportunity. There's something better here because this is the mother lode. I mean, the Empress quite literally is the mother, right? So there's a mother lode coming in here, and this is an opportunity that aligns with your Wheel of Fortune. And it says, isn't it wonderful how Spirit protects you? Because better things await. Yeah, better things await here. And that's what I see for you. So if there was a little period of destruction or a challenge or something had ended or you got denied, trust that you dodged a bullet. And maybe you don't see it, right? You don't always see it behind the scenes, but you will hit the mother lode. And I actually feel sooner rather than later. All right, Aries, at this time, if you can safely do so, we're going to tap in and get a spirit animal for you. And I just ask if you can, please close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in from the solar plexus chakra, your belly area. Nice big inhale. Hold it as long as you can. And release through the mouth with a nice big sigh. And with your eyes still closed, tune into your third eye chakra, the area between your eyebrows and your forehead region. And I want you to imagine the first animal or animals that show up in your mind's eye. Now this could be an animal that flies high in the sky, maybe swims deep in the sea. Your animal could be wild, magical, or even mystical. Your animal could be domesticated, maybe even a pet that you have at home or one that's crossed over the rainbow bridge. This may even be an animal that's recently crossed your path in the great outdoors or visited through your dreams. There is no right or wrong answer, Aries. And if you need a moment, just pause the video and come back when you are ready. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free monthly reading giveaway, all you need to do is drop your power animals, whatever you are seeing in your mind's eye, drop them in the comment section below to be entered into the free reading giveaway, where I draw one winner around the first of the month and post right back here on the channel. All right, what do we have here for Aries? Aries, you have the butterfly, evolution, delight, and life's rhythms. Now, the butterfly is all about change, all about transformation. So I definitely see that you're spreading your wings. So this is also a lot of blues in this butterfly, light blues and green. So there could be, again, heart chakra flowing up into your throat. So this can be communication. It can be speaking kindly and lovingly to yourself, but there's definitely life's rhythms with that Wheel of Fortune coming in. So there's a new cycle that you are ready to spread your wings and head into. Now you have the mantis here. Ooh, I love this praying mantis. It says flexibility, fearlessness, and even battle. So I feel like you've gone through battle. You've gone through situations that have strengthened you. Okay, even though at times it doesn't always feel that way, but I feel like there's a sense of that fearlessness, and it brings me back to that alligator, walking through the Everglades and not letting the fear consume you. Otherwise, you're going to stay on the road and you could miss out on a bountiful, blessings that you're seeing being out in nature. This can also be, the bountiful opportunities of creating abundance in your life if you stay where it's comfortable. I mean, you could easily stay on that lily pad, just like the frog does here on the Four of Cups, but I feel like you want more than that. That Eight of Cups is saying you want more. You want to move forward towards more fulfillment. You want to fill your cup here where it feels like it's bone dry. I feel like you are resourcing, in a sense, resourcing your energy. And then lastly, you have the African lynx. African lynx, look how powerful this lynx is. And it says silence, body language, and prophecy. So you're getting another card about prophetic energy. Some of you are prophets, as in you are meant to share your insights, your spiritual insights, your knowledge. You may be someone who teaches about astrology. Maybe you're a tarot reader. Whether you do this personally or professionally, I feel like you have this skill and this talent. And I feel like you could even be honing in on it as well. Maybe learning more about this could help you in your career or financially. So tuning into some of the prophecies that you are being shown for yourself. Some of you are building in silence, just like the African lynx kind of waits to pounce until they are very sure that they're in that favorable position to do so. And I see here that you've been building something in silence. Perhaps you've been behind the scenes. You may have been on the lowdown. I'm getting like Savannah as well. Maybe Savannah is someone's name, or maybe someone lives near like Savannah, Georgia. Maybe African here, or Africa is significant. But I feel like you are preparing. You've been preparing. You've been planning. I feel like you've been sitting here in contemplation, and now's the time to make your move. Okay, make your move towards abundance. And maybe this isn't showing up like tomorrow making your move, but I feel like it's intuitively getting yourself out of that scattered energy. And I feel come Capricorn season and full on Aquarian season, so the end of January is really when you might start to expand more into the pentacle realm instead of just the intuitive cup realm here. So I bet diving into your February reading and you're like, Mel, hold up, it's not even January yet, but I have a feeling that we'll see more pentacles in that reading, because you're taking all of this juiciness, all of this spiritual, creative, emotional energy, and that is what is driving the Chariot, right? That's what's driving you moving forward. All right, let's get a final message here from the Soul's Truth. What do we have here, please, for Aries? What do we need to know for Aries at this time? We have, what is the most limiting belief keeping you from what you want right now? Aries, what story are you telling yourself? When you think about your dreams, what is the first limiting thought that comes to your mind? If you are not living the life you desire, it's because a part of you doesn't believe it's possible. Today's soul action, it's time to upgrade. Look your belief in the eye. Where did it come from? What new belief are you ready to adopt in its place? How will this change your results? Remember, your belief is the root of your result. Own it, heal it, upgrade it. I like that. Own it, heal it, upgrade it. So that could be why there's so much of this, emotional energy as well for you, because remember, the Chariot is ruled by Cancer. Cancer is our emotions. So it is that, emotional drive that causes us to move forward, but then it's up to the brain to help us stay on the road. So I feel like you're pushing forward, and allow yourself to take those emotions that you have, okay, and channel them for good. If some of you are angry or upset because of something that happened in the past, let that anger propel you. Let that anger, use that energy to channel into being of service, being able to help people, or being able to be the voice of reason, maybe help the underdog because of a situation you've gone through, maybe even writing a book, sharing your story and being able to help someone else out here. I feel like you're tapping into that infinite well that we've been talking about, and let your newfound energies and emotions that are showing up with the Page of Cups really break you wide open in a beautiful way, because not only do you have this Page of Cups, you have the Queen of Cups and you have the Empress. So that's a lot of heartfelt energy. And yes, you can make money doing what you love. And for some of you, that's a belief that's been difficult. I can't make money doing what I love, or the market is too saturated, or what if I'm not really intuitive? What's Mel talking about? I don't have any gifts, right? Yes, you do. So whatever beliefs, whatever lies, whatever distortion that has kept you from your dreams, now is the time to really dig in and ask yourself why. Because I feel like your destiny is changing. That's why you have the Wheel of Fortune. So when it comes to finances, money, career, abundance, success, it all is within you. It all exists within you, and you are very talented. And I see you setting the groundwork for your 2025 in January here with a lot of creative new ideas. So Aries, that is what I have for you. Please do drop your power animals in the comment section below. And if you haven't checked out your 2025 yearly reading where I did a monthly forecast, I will link that playlist at the end of this video here. So thank you so much for tuning in. Please hit that thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe. All of it helps the channel immensely. And I am so grateful that you are part of this tribe. Lots of love.